You know, it's interesting. Back in 2015, I remember getting swept away by the Force Awakens hype. Star Wars was back and it was here to stay, and the zeal coming from the crowds was intoxicating. We had been starved of mainstream Star Wars entertainment for so long that seeing what this could be was like a rejuvenation for us. A bolt of lightning had struck the Star Wars franchise, the likes of which hadn't even been precedented before, at least not to this extent. And now, only 4 short years later, what is the state of Star Wars right now? Like, what happened? The Rise of Skywalker, Episode 9 in the new trilogy, is out now. There is a cinema not even 5 minutes down the road from me, and I just can't be bothered seeing it. Now, this started with The Last Jedi, make no mistake, but it doesn't mean the entire trilogy is free from criticism. As I've made clear before, The Force Awakens is a crap movie as well, heavily reliant on nostalgia in order to make sure nobody actually questioned the logic of the film. But now, after The Last Jedi, questions are being asked, cries are being made, and The Rise of Skywalker is making a lot of people very unhappy. With regard to the current state of Star Wars, I've decided I'm not going to see The Rise of Skywalker unless I can see it for free. Because ultimately, giving money to these companies is what causes these things to keep going. You can criticize it all you want, that's totally fine. If you see it and make a video or make a commentary on it, that's absolutely fine. It's up to you. But if I have to pay money to see it, I won't leave with a clear conscience. The only way I will see it is if I can see it without paying any money to see it. It's the only way companies and people like this learn. If you hit them where it really matters, in their wallet. Oh, how naive I was. I honestly saw the Disney acquisition of Lucasfilm as a great thing. They could bring in the extended universe, make new material with the old stuff. And the enthusiasm showed towards that acquisition meant that nobody was saying anything bad. Sure, there were some people who were immediately out the gate not having it, but they were drowned out. The enthusiasm, the happiness is where it was. Finally, we could get new, good Star Wars again. But now that seems even less possible than what we had 15 years ago. Who knows, you might see a review from me someday about it. But for now, I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it. If you go and see it, I want to make this clear. If you go and see it and you pay money to see it, I'm not criticizing you for that. By all means, if you want to go and do it, just go and do it. I just can't in good conscience. After what they've done to this franchise. The Last Jedi was bad, and The Force Awakens was also. And a bad Star Wars movie is nothing new, we've had that before. But the sheer insult to the fans and the characters and the lore caused by these two films is just shameful. It's disgusting, honestly. So I just can't anymore. If you see a review by me, chances are I've managed to see it without paying any money. People hated The Last Jedi, but it still made over $1.5 billion, so I doubt the creators of it really care. Admittedly, Solo bombed, but nobody was really asking to see that. Plus, it wasn't part of the main story, so people's investments weren't as high. Plus, Han Solo's fucking dead, so that doesn't even matter anymore. Luke Skywalker's dead, Han Solo's dead, Leia's probably dead, Chewbacca's probably dead, Lando's probably dead. All probable deaths, but my investment in this franchise is definitively dead. Thanks, Disney. Thanks, J.J. Abrams. Thanks, Rian Johnson. Thanks, Kathleen Kennedy. Thanks, Bob Iger. Thanks, Jon Favreau. Actually, genuinely, thank you, Jon Favreau. God's sake. How did we get here? Oh my god. Only 4 years later and it's come to this. How did we manage that? How did this happen? Disney have just demolished my investment in this trilogy, in this franchise even. The lore has been really screwed up and the characters are all but fucking vaporized. Actually, that's not even far off the truth. It's sad, but you know what? This year saw two tragic ends for beloved franchises, Game of Thrones and Star Wars. Holy crap. If you had told me that these two pillars of entertainment would one day be regarded as the worst ways in which you can end a franchise, I would have laughed at you. I would have screamed in your face, no, you naysayer, you ninny. That won't be the case. But they'd be right. The only thing I can do is perform a peaceful protest of some kind. If you feel the same way, drop it in the comments. God damn it, man. I'm so done, honestly. Force Awakens and Last Jedi were bad, but they made bank. They made a lot of money. And ultimately, that's all these studios care about. They made a bad movie. So what? It still made over $1 billion. How does that make it bad? This is the only way I can think to hurt them, in a genuine way. I don't have much influence on here, but if one person can maybe be convinced of my position, then I'm totally fine with that. Fuck Disney Star Wars. Star Wars is dead. Or at least it should be, unless someone with some actual passion can pick up the main story. Or hell, just don't touch it, because The Return of the Jedi was fine as an ending. It kept the characters intact and respected where they started. Who do we have in the sequel trilogy? Ah yes, the person who can't fail. The incompetent non-character whose story went absolutely nowhere. The last bastion of the original trilogy. The good guy chastised for making good decisions. Ah yes, I care so much about these characters. Anyway, that's all from me. Don't really think I can go anywhere else with this video, honestly. This is just something I really wanted to get off my chest. I'm so tired of it all. If you feel the same way or just enjoyed my commentary, then by all means, like this video, comment, subscribe if you wish. Sorry for sounding so depressed as well, but I am genuinely depressed by this whole situation. A note to my subscribers, I've started my Daredevil episode 3 video. The script is underway. I've decided I'm going to explain some of my process for measuring quality in the show and how I identify it. Not even sure when that video will come out, but when it does, I will be the first to let you know. I'll catch you in the next one, and have a very nice new year. Cheers. Oh, that's a siren. Is that Star Wars finally dead?